Hey y'all, welcome to the Building a Brand podcast series. I am your host, Jeremy Patton, and in this podcast, we'll talk about everything business related, including business news, business concepts, business history, and everything in between. We're going to take different topics and we'll talk about how it relates to our personal lives, our personal journeys, and how we can relate it to our business journeys as well. Now, without further ado, well, let's dive right into today's episode. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Building a Brand podcast series. Again, I am your host, Jeremy Patton. And in today's episode, we're going to discuss the topic, your mission, your purpose. We are all here on this earth and we are all interacting with each other. We all go about life. We all have our own individual journeys and our own destinations and destinies that we are fulfilling each and every day. So the question is, do you know what your mission is? Do you know what your purpose is? And are you doing the things that you need to do to fulfill your mission and your purpose while you're here on this earth? That's the question. Oprah Winfrey once quoted, "Everyone has a calling, and your purpose is to figure out as soon as possible what that is, who you're meant to be, and begin to honor that the best way possible for yourself." So again, you have to ask yourself, what is your mission? What is your purpose? And are you walking in that route? Are you walking along that journey to fulfill your mission and to fulfill your purpose in life? The sooner you do so, the better. You could go to any stranger. You'll walk up to any stranger on the street and ask them if they're happy with their everyday life. And the mass majority of people will say no. Then you'll ask them, why not? What is it that you do? What is it that you're not doing that is not making you feel fulfilled in life? And so many people get stuck in the society that's created for us, where we are no longer following our dreams, we're no longer following our passions, and we're not even seeking those things. We're not indulging in them, even when we have time to. Even when we have free time, we don't seek those things. There are so many people that feel like going after their calling, going after their passion and their dreams, it's meaningless. It's pointless. They feel like they can't do it full time. They may not be able to make a career out of it. So why do it? I say, if it makes you happy, if it gives you some form of fulfillment, do it anyways. You don't have to get paid to fulfill your calling, to go after and to fulfill your purpose. The payment itself is the gratitude and the feeling that you get from actually following your purpose. When you go after it, you feel a lot more energized. You feel a lot more fulfillment in life, a lot more joy in life. You feel a lot more purpose in your own life. You feel like you are making a difference, at the very least, in your own life, if not in other people's lives. And the sooner you do it, the better you'll get at it. The more positive of an impact you'll be able to have on the world or on your life as a whole. The sooner you do it, you'll be able to start to retract whatever negative emotions and feelings you have about life. And there are so many people, you could look on social media. Social media is pretty much the new age journal or notebook of the world. Instead of people jotting down their thoughts and jotting down their feelings in a journal at home, they jump on social media and they post on there. Just open up any social media page and you'll see people that are pouring out their feelings of not being happy, not feeling fulfilled, hating their job, hating what they do, hating that they can't do what they want to do. And I challenge you, if you feel this way, to start going after your dreams, start going after your goals. Start walking along your purpose in life. And maybe you don't know what that is. You sit down and ask yourself what truly makes you happy. What truly and really gets your gears going. We all have different things that naturally make us enthusiastic when we learn more about, or when we practice, or when we do, or when we research, or when we're watching somebody else do it. Maybe, it might be something that you follow on YouTube, and or some kind of page that you follow on social media, and it's a type of thing. Maybe it's cooking, maybe it's arts and crafts, maybe it's music, maybe it's building things with your hands, electronics, money management, investing. Whatever it is that gets your gears going, look to see how you could get involved in it. Look to see how you could start practicing it. Look to see how you could actually start to emerge into that space. And again, it doesn't necessarily have to be a business. You could do it completely for free if it gives you fulfillment. I know somebody that is into arts and crafts, and she thoroughly loves doing it. She practices throughout the week, and with no business goal in mind. It's just something that gives her release stress. It's something that makes her happy. It's something that she could do, that she could practice, that she could perfect her craft, and it gives her fulfillment. And maybe that's her calling. And so many of us have different things that we enjoy doing or that we would enjoy doing. We enjoy watching other people do. And we wish that we could do it, but we simply don't because we have it made up in our minds that we can't do it. Or somebody told us that you can't do it professionally. And I say, being able to do it professionally or not, whatever it is that gets your gears going, start to do it. Start to practice. Look to see how you can do it. Look to see what you can learn about it and see if you could begin to do it at a high level. And anytime you start something for the first time, you're going to start off as a beginner. You're not going to know what you're doing. And it's going to take practice. And in time, the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. So Whatever your calling is, whatever your purpose is, start to do it. I had a coworker a few years back, and his calling was to pray over others and to help people with his faith and religion and help people get through their hard times. And throughout our company or our building, our location, there are multiple people that would go to him and say, hey, I'm going through X, Y, and Z at home or at work, especially at work. Work was crazy, but they would go to him and say, hey, I'm going through X, Y, and Z. And he would literally sit there and put his hand on their shoulder and pray over them in that space. And I definitely went to him a few times, and I could speak for myself. It definitely turned around my day. It definitely turned around whatever I was going through. And it just having somebody put their hand on your shoulder and pray for you to let you know that you're not alone and that they do care for you. And even in those subtle things that took a minute or two out of his day, he helped impact so many people within the plant. He helped impact so many people that were going through their own personal issues and their own personal situations. So you never know who you could impact or how many people you could impact. And no matter how big or how small you decide or that you are able to have or be, just start walking in that purpose. Let people around you know what your purpose is, and you can have a positive impact on those around you. And that gives you a fulfillment as well. Right? So not only can you positively impact others, but by doing that in which you feel that you're called to do, or what your purpose is, you could help others around you. The longer you put off your calling, the longer you put off from walking down your purpose and your mission in life, the longer you prolong your journey in life. Let's say if you are taking a road trip across the state, across the country, and it's not going to be a fun road trip. It's going to be a lot of hours on the road. Maybe, you'll have different issues that you run into during this road trip. And for whatever reason, you're not looking forward to it. Maybe whatever the purpose is of this road trip is not a joyful reason. And you're not looking forward to this road trip. It's going to take you away from home. It's going to take you away from work or whatever the case is. And you have to take this road trip. You could look at this road trip as a problem and as a negative thing, and you could push off and hold off from starting this trip. But at the end of the day, you still have to take this road trip. You still have to get on the road and go the same amount of distance to get to your destination. So if you put it off a day, if you put it off 2 days, if you put it off a week or 2 weeks or a month or however long, you still have to take that same road trip. You still have to get in your vehicle and you still have to take that same journey to get to your destination. if you have to take the trip regardless, why continue to put it off? Just go ahead and go after it. You are in charge of your journey. You're in charge of where you go in life, the things that you do in life. And if you have something to fulfill, if you have a purpose and a mission to fulfill, start doing it. Start taking steps towards it. And maybe you're not able to do it as much as you would like. The simple fact that you are doing it, the simple fact that you are taking steps in that direction means you are starting your journey to walk along your calling and walk along your path in life. And you will get there sooner than later, because you're headed in that direction. You're headed in that journey. And you may not feel ready to fulfill your calling or your purpose, but again, it's a journey. And in life, you're not always going to be ready. In life, you're not always going to feel like you're ready when you start along this journey. You might have to get on the road again, using the road trip analogy. You might have to get on the road and start driving, and then an hour or two into your drive, you get into your zone. And now each and every hour that passes by starts to fly by, because now you're in your zone. Now you have a full tank of gas. You don't have to stop and pull over. You might have music playing, or you might be talking to someone out along your trip. And you're no longer thinking about the whole task as a whole. Now you are actually along your journey and you're in your zone. And so what you dreaded at the beginning, what you dreaded before, what you dreaded while you're putting off your journey is now like, it's pointless. It was at the end of the day, if you have to take that trip, you're gonna have to take that trip. If you have a task in life that you have to do, whether it's some errands you have to run or something like that, you could put them off forever. But at the end of the day, at some point in time, you're gonna have to face it, and you're going to have to actually handle what it is that you're supposed to be handling. And the same thing for your mission, same thing for your purpose in life. And without going down that route, it's possible that you could end up at an old age feeling like you didn't fulfill your life as a whole. There are a lot of elder people, and you can find them wherever. They may be your family members. You can find them as, at work. You could bump into them at a store or something like that, or out in public, and have a conversation with them. And there are so many people that are willing and open to telling and their story, and so many older folks that express that they wish they went this route, or they wish that they pursued this or that. They wish that they went after their purpose in life that they knew about, or that they had a feeling or an idea of when they're younger, but for whatever reason, whether it was fear or not knowing how, or being told that they couldn't, or whatever reason, they did not go after their purpose or their calling in life, and the things that they wanted to go after and to do, and the things that they wanted to accomplish. And at an old age, now they're living in regret because they didn't do those things. And yeah, they still can start going after some of those things, but it'll be a lot harder. And they still have to start from that first step. They still have to start at that initial startup phase. And same thing goes for anyone at any point in time in any journey of life. No matter what age you're at, you still have to start somewhere. So the sooner you start, the better, because you don't want to get to an older age and have regrets when you look back at life. You don't want to get to old age and feel like you did not live your life to the fullest, or feel like you did not live your life in the purpose in which you were meant to. And let's say that you're not sure what your calling is. You're not sure what you're meant to do. And so many of us go through life like that. And for a long time, we go through life just not knowing what to do, or not knowing what our calling is. Again, I suggest that you do, and you figure out what makes you happy. You figure out what makes your gears going, and what makes you tick, what gives you enthusiasm when you think about and when you actually look at, or when you research, and you could go that route. But also you could ask people around you. A good thing about people that are around you is they see you in a light in which you may not be able to see yourself. They may see that you have, or that you are gifted in something that you may not even realize you're gifted in. They may see the impact that you have while you interact with other people around you, and you may not realize it, but they're watching from across the room, and they see that, you are having some form of a positive impact on people around you. Or when they talk to you, you may give them a feeling of, whatever, by being yourself, and your personality may speak louder to them than it speaks to you. And so you could ask people around you, hey, like, what do you think about, my personality? Or what do you think about what my calling is? Or just have a general conversation about mission and purpose in life, and say, hey, I'm trying to figure out like what mine is. Do you know what yours is? And spark up a conversation like that, and see if it leads, or see if they could shine a light on the kind of impact you have on them, or the kind of impact you have on the people around you. I had a coworker once. She was the funniest person in the world. And she had the ability to take any situation and in a split second make a joke out of it. And no matter how serious the situation is, no matter how light the situation is, she could find a way to create a joke and to formulate words that will make anybody she interacted with laugh at the situation. I've seen her turn people and clients that were irate, that came into the building, and had them walking out with a smile on their face. There are plenty of days where I didn't want to be at work, and nor did so many of the other coworkers that were at work. And interacting with her like uplifted us in the moment that we're at work, and brightened up our day a bit. And there were so many times where she went through her own personal issues at home, at work, and she was still able to find a way to take those situations, or to have some kind of outlook on life where she's still able to joke about the things that were going on around her, and she was still able to bring joy to people around her. And I told her 1,000 times, so many other people told her 1,000 times, look, you were like legit funny. And maybe that might have been her calling. Maybe the gift of bringing joy to other people through her creative comedy was her calling. And again, she didn't see it. She didn't think she was funny, but everybody around her saw it. Everybody around her poured into her how funny she was, or how much joy that she brought to their day. So again, you could have a conversation with your coworkers. You could have a conversation with the people around you, your family members, your friends. Now, that may or may not always work. Unfortunately, we live in a world where it's cool to be negative, and a lot of people around us sometimes have a negative outlook on life, or they may see somebody that is gifted in one area or another, and they may pour their negativity on you. And most times that comes from a place of them pouring their own personal outlook onto other people around them. So I hear all the time celebrities or business people's executives of different corporations say that when they went after their dreams, or when they went after what it is that they wanted to do, that they felt was their calling, family members, friends, and society told them that they shouldn't do it, or that it's not for them. And maybe one person down the line told them, no, you're actually good at this, or you actually have a chance of making it doing whatever it is that they wanted to do. So again, you have to take that with a grain of salt, but you can have those conversations, and it can lead to somebody that really genuinely cares about you to tell you that, and to point out what it is that you show or that you possess that is positive, that they see that could be your calling potentially. And you have to ask yourself, once you get that information, how you feel about it. Is it something that does excite you? Is it something that you wanted to fulfill? Is it something that does give you enthusiasm when you do, or when you think about, when you learn more about, when you think about learning more about? And if so, start going down that route. Start looking into it, start practicing it, and start fulfilling that calling. Another thing, it's up to you, and it's solely up to you, right? Many times people know, or they have a feeling of what they're meant to do in life, but they may not know how. They may not have the confidence that they can, and they might be scared to. There's a series of different reasons. They may feel like they don't have time. They may have a million different other excuses on why they feel like they can't go after what they feel their purpose or their mission in life is. And at the end of the day, you could choose not to go down your mission and not to go down that journey in life to fulfill your purpose as much as you want. Again, talk to any number of older people and they will tell you that they chose not to go down their journey in life towards their passion or towards their purpose. And same thing for you, right? Same thing for all of us. We could choose not to go down that journey. We all have choices. But you have to make the choice. You have to make the decision that you want to fulfill your purpose, that you want to fulfill the mission that you have in life. And you have to decide that whatever you have to go through in order to fulfill that purpose, to fulfill that mission, whether it is a learning curve, whether it is, being embarrassed initially, whether it is making mistakes in order to perfect whatever it is that your calling or your purpose is, you have to make the choice to go through those things. You have to make the choice to go through that journey of uncertainty. And you have to make the choice to go after your mission and your purpose. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. And you can't wait for somebody else to push you along. You can't wait for somebody else to come and grab your hand and hold your hand and walk you through your purpose or in your mission in life. You have to make the choice and the decision that you're going to go after it, regardless of what the people around you think, regardless of what you feel you're capable of doing. And you have to go along this journey and you have to make the decision that you're going to. Because nobody else could do it for you. It's your journey. It's your purpose in life. It's your mission. You have to do it. Now, there could be people along the way that help you out, that give you advice, that give you tips, that are there to encourage you. But you can't rely on them and you can't depend on them. You can't wait for them to come. Walk along your journey, your path in life. And if help comes, help comes. If not, then continue to go. And the more you go, the better you'll get. And oftentimes, you will hear that people start along their journey, along their path, along their mission in life, and people don't see their vision and they don't support them until they figure out, until they are practically at their end point of what they had in mind initially. And then those around them, and then people started supporting them, and then additional help came, and then so you have to go with that mindset that this is something that a lot of people experience. This is something that you will have to do on your own. And then it's possible that the people around you, and then it's possible that you'll get that additional assistance and all that. But if you're not willing to go along your journey yourself, why would anybody else come and help you? Why would anyone else come and push you? You have to be willing to do it yourself. And sometimes in life, people do come along and people do push you in one direction and try to help you to walk down your mission or walk down your purpose. So I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm not saying that nobody will come and help you initially. But if that's what you're waiting for, you might be waiting forever. So go after it and do it yourself, I think. And while you're going after your purpose, and while you're going after your mission in life, reserve your energy of trying to convince others. I find along my personal journey that I exert more energy and effort trying to convince others, and it is counterproductive. I'm focusing on something that has nothing to do with me. It's not my job to convince this person, that person, or anybody for that matter, that my calling or my mission and my purpose in life is to go in the direction in which I'm going. And I find that when you do start to do that, people often pour negative thoughts and opinions into your headspace. And now their thoughts and their opinion is taking up space in your mind. And it, in a sense, deters you from going down your journey or your path, or at least it can. And it also impacts you and your energy. People don't realize that when you are emotionally or mentally exerting yourself, you're also impacting your physical energy. Because these things take a lot of toll on you. So when you go after and you're trying to convince somebody that is determined not to see your vision, that's determined not to see your purpose, you will, because you're so passionate about it, or because you feel so strong about it, you want them to see it. Especially if they're close to you, if they are, family and friends, you want them to see it. But at the end of the day, it's not your job to convince them. And I find that the more you try to convince them, the less you are focused on walking down your journey or walking down your path, and the less you are at perfecting whatever that mission is, or perfecting yourself to better fulfill that mission. Because now your focus is not on your end journey. Your focus is looking back and saying, hey, I'm going here, and trying to explain yourself, trying to explain what you do, trying to explain why you're doing the things that you do. So sometimes you just gotta say, hey, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm doing, and would you like to join me? And if not, okay, I'm gonna keep doing this. And if you need assistance, if you want to talk, we can. But I'm not here to convince you why my destination is over there. I'm not here to explain and convince you why I feel I have to fulfill this mission or this purpose in life. And in time, again, as you get closer to fulfilling your purpose and your mission in life, people will jump on board. People will start to see what you envisioned initially. People will start to see the impact that you have on other people. People will start to see the impact that you're having on your personal life, the fulfillment that you're bringing to your personal life. And if they truly care about you, seeing you uplift yourself, seeing you do better for yourself, seeing you fulfill your own purpose, your mission, they should be in full support. And if they're not, you gotta chuck that off and say, it is what it is. Again, it's not your job to convince anybody of your purpose and your mission in life. I personally believe that we all have a calling that goes beyond ourselves, that goes beyond what we think we're meant to do. I feel like we all have things that were given to us, whether it's gifts, whether it's a vision, whether it's dreams, and those things were given to you. Whatever your dreams are, whatever your vision is, whatever your gifts are, and your purpose in life, it was given to you for a reason. It was given to you specifically. And you have to fulfill those things. Again, you can't wait to convince anyone else. And I strongly believe that our mission in life is and will impact other people in a positive way. Now, if you're out here, and you have a mission that is not going to impact society in a positive way, and you got bigger fish to fry. But I'm talking to people that have an outlook and that want to have a positive impact on society or a positive impact on those around them. And the people around you that you impact, or the people that you do impact, who knows how big or how small that pool is, right? Some people, your purpose in life might be to be a better parent, or the best parent you could possibly be for your child. And so maybe you impact your child, and that's just one person that you're impacting. And I use just loosely because when you perfect or when you work towards being the best parent you could be, and you raise your child in the best way that you can raise your child is going to impact others around them. And so initially, your purpose in life impacted that one person, your child, or your children, and then they go out into the world and they impact a wider pool of people. And now, because you fulfilled your purpose and your mission in life with being the best parent that you could be for your child, they're able to fulfill their purpose and their mission in life and impact a bigger group of people. And you may not realize it. You may not see the impact that you have on other people, but when you walk in your mission, when you walk in your purpose in life, when you embrace who you are and when you embrace who you are meant to be, you definitely have a positive impact on other people. It could be a friend that you bring joy and fulfillment to. It could be a friend or somebody that is going through their personal issues and their personal dramas in life and their personal hardships in life. And you being yourself could brighten their day and could change their whole outlook on life in general. So you never know who or how many people you can impact. I just am sure that you being yourself, you embracing who you're meant to be, you walking down your purpose and your journey in life to fulfill your mission, your personal mission that was given to you by something bigger than yourself. Will have a positive impact on the world and those around you. And with that being said, again, I challenge you to go after and to figure out what your purpose is, what your mission in life is, and start fulfilling it, start seeking it, start walking down that journey. If it's things that you have to learn, if it's things that you have to unlearn, then learn the things that you need to, unlearn the things that you have to unlearn. If it's habits that you have to get rid of, or habits that you need to embrace and implement in your life, and do those things and start walking in your journey, start walking in your purpose in life. So with that being said, I'm going to close out this episode. Thank you again for tuning in to Building a Brand podcast. Again, I am your host, Jeremy Patton. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful, exciting, and informative day. Take care, y'all. All right. That's going to conclude today's episode. Thank you again for tuning in. Please remember to hit the like button, the subscribe button, share this episode, or share our podcast series in general. Talk about it, discuss it with friends, family members, co-workers, and the folks around you. Also, if you're looking to start your business journey or take your business to a whole nother level, reach out to us at contact us at babwjp.com. You can send us an email directly there, or you can find us on our website at babwjp.com, where you can find all of our products and services, including marketing, branding, social media. We also have business coaching programs, sessions, and packages available, including videos that are already set up so that you can learn the business process along your own journey at your own pace. Thank you again for tuning in to today's episode. Have a wonderful, exciting, and informative day. Until next time, take care.